Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to a Viva-Mundo webinar. Today we are presenting ISEP International based in Paris, France, and they will be discussing the reasons to join their school in engineering and digital technologies and more. Now, if I can just give you a brief little introduction to the platform we're using, which is Zoom. We would love for you to ask questions throughout the whole webinar. Please do, and we will get to these at the very end of the webinar. If you could ask the questions in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen, that would be brilliant, and we can get to those questions at the end. For those of you on Facebook, hi to you all, and please do register by the link that is at the bottom, and we can answer your questions live on the webinar through that platform. Now, to start the webinar off, we have a mini video including ISEP and more information to come. So let me get the video ready and we can get this sharing. Okay, can you see my screen? Okay, I am going to play. Okay, great. So I'm going to hand you over to the presenters for the rest of the webinar. Han, shall I hand it over to you?
Yes, thank you. So thank you for joining this webinar today. So hello, everyone. I'm Hansen. I'm an International Development Manager at ISEP. So today, I would like to present to you about our school and different academic programs at ISEP. Okay, so this is a little summary about our presentation. So today I will give you an overview of ISEP, our different academic programs, our partnerships with the different universities or companies, our research activities at ISEP. And for sure, today we have invited one of our ISEP alumni, and he will share a little bit about his life and student life at ISEP. So I will introduce you about our student life. And for sure, I think most of you would like to know after your study at ISEP what kind of job opportunity you will have. So we will talk about in the end of our presentation. And in the very end, we will give you a Q&A session, and we will show you the 2 academic programs which we are open for all international students. Okay, so let's start. ISEP is a French engineering graduate school is specialized in digital domain. So you can see here, we are specialized in computer science and cybersecurity, electronics, telecommunication, and IoT, image processing, data science, and AI. Our school is a non-profit private graduate school. And our school was established in 1955, so we have more than 65 years of history. Our degree is recognized by the French state, and you can see here our Master Engineering degree is accredited by the French National Engineering Committee, CTI, since 1959. And our degree is also accredited by the European Accreditation of Engineering Programs. You can see here there's a logo in the end of the page. It's called EuroAce. To give you a general idea, so on ISEP, we have around 1,650 students. And in 2019, we had 375 graduates. We have a strong alumni network. So we have more than 9,400 alumni. and we are the members of different associations and committees. Based on the survey of last year, our graduates have an average salary about 45,000 euros. We have two campuses. So we have the first campus is located in the 6th district of Paris. It's a Latin area. We have one of our partners, Stanford University. They have an office located on our 5th floor. We have the second campus. It's located in Issy-les-Moulineaux. This city is considered as a smart city since 1990. A lot of high technological companies are located here. For example, Microsoft, Cisco, Orange, and Huawei. So this is an advantage for our graduates. So some of our students, they find their final year internship in this area. And between these two campuses, it's only 20 minutes by metro. So our student can travel easily between these two campuses. Okay, different programs in ISEP. So we provide 5 different kinds of academic programs at ISEP. We provide engineering graduate program. We provide innovation and entrepreneurship program. We provide specialized masters. We provide doctoral PhD program, which is in partnership with Paris-Sorbonne. And we also provide continuing education academic programs for professionals. Some of you may be familiar with the French education, some of you may not. So today I would like to give you an introduction of this 5-year engineering graduate program. So for example, high school graduates in France, after being selected for, they have to participate in certain selection examinations. If they are selected by ISEP, they will enroll to the first 2 years preparatory circle. So it's a 2-year courses. All the courses are fundamental level. As you can see here, they will have math, physics courses, robotics, IT fundamental courses, electronic fundamental courses, management, and humanities courses such as language and culture. And if, let's say, they completed these 2 years preparatory courses, they will enroll to the engineering circle. It's another 3 years program. So in the first year of engineering circle, students will have engineering fundamental courses. So in this way, they will have a general idea, for example, what is telecommunication network, what is electronics, and some, for example, programming, what is software engineering, and signal processing, etc. And they will have a general idea of a different subject. And start from 4th year, our students, they will have the opportunity to choose different specializations. We provide 8 different specializations. In the next page, I will present you our different specializations. And then 4th year and 5th year, students will have specialized classes. And during these 5 years studies, students will have 2 internship opportunities. One is on the 4th year, it's a small internship, and one is on the 5th year, it's a final year internship. And for all our students who follow this 5-year engineering graduate program, they will have at least one time exchange semester with one of our partner universities. And for students, for example, if you are high school graduates, you can apply for this 5-year engineering graduate program. And if you are a bachelor holder, if you are specialized in related domain, you can apply for our engineering master degree program, and you will be enrolled directly to the 4th year and 5th year. Okay, so it's a 2-year program. So it depends on the profile of the students. You can choose the right program for you. Okay, after 5 years studies, some of students they would like to do a 1-year postgraduate program, and some students they may find a job directly. And some excellent students, if let's say they have excellent academic results, they can continue their further study for a PhD degree with us. Okay, so we provide 8 different specializations for our students on the 4th year and 5th year. As you can see here, we provide information systems, software engineering, embedded systems, wireless telecommunication and IoT, business intelligence, digital security and network, e-health, innovation and entrepreneurship. And there are three majors highlighted in blue color: software engineering, embedded systems, wireless telecommunication, and IoT, because these three majors are fully taught in English. Okay, in the future, maybe we will have more options for our students. They will have English majors. And for all our students, whatever for the French stream or English stream, the final year courses, so that means 50 years courses, majority of courses are taught in English too. And we do have double degrees partners. You can see here in France with different highly reputed engineering school or business school. And we do have a double degree programs with other foreign institutions too. At ISEP, yes, you will have for sure lectures, tutorials, practical classes, and one of our classes, project-based learning, I would like to highlight here. So this is kind of a project classes. A student, they will have a research project or it's a research topic in the beginning of the semester, and they have to work really like in a company. They will have the classmates work together and to find the solution of this topic. And in the end, they have to write a report, technical report, and they have to do a final presentation. For this kind of class, we would like to let our students not only have the technical skills, but also to develop their soft skills such as project management, team working, or communication skills. Okay, now I would like to introduce you about our international partners. ISEP is one of the top 10 engineering graduate schools which send the most students abroad. So for students who stay with us for 5 years, as I mentioned before, they will have at least one exchange opportunities. And it's compulsory in our school. All the students, they must have overseas experiences. And at our school, we have around 400 international students. So it takes about 25% of our students are international students. And we have partners, more than 140 partners all over the world. And we have a program, it's called Stanford in Paris for 18 years already. And we have exchange of professors from different universities. ISEP to help international students to have international culture immersion. We have an international mentoring kind of international club. It's called ISEPA. And we have other humanities clubs and student clubs for our international students. Now I would like to present you different corporate partners of ISEP. So until today, we have more than 400 corporate partners, not only in France, but overseas also. So among our 200 lectures, there are 120 lectures are from industry. They participate mainly in our final year courses and final year study project. Thanks to our corporate partners, so each year we receive 7,500 internships, 4,500 job offers, and around 1,000 apprenticeship offers each year. And they also organize different job fairs, interview simulations, business games, or mentoring session or presentation to our students. Based on the survey of last year, so all our students, they find a job easily after their graduation within 3 months. And you can see here, 80% of our graduates work in lead firms in the Paris region, and 12% of our graduates work overseas. And there are another 8% of students, they work in the big cities or other cities in France, such as Lyon, Bordeaux, Montpellier, in different cities in France. Yes, so here we have listed different partners from different sectors. As you can see here, there are partners from industry, there are partners from a consulting company, there are partners from financial sector, there are partners from telecommunication, hardware, software, and even in other sectors, you can see from cosmetics, luxury, and so on. For sure, we cannot list all our partners here, but we would like to know, so we have a strong corporate partnership with the industry. Okay, ISEP is focused on research activities too. So there are different main research areas at ISEP. As you can see here, we have a research areas such as AI, such as resource management in multi-user value system, advanced method of interpreting and image coding, energy recovery system, micro, nano, and electronic system. And it covers different domains. It covers biomedical domain, connected environments like 5G, Wi-Fi, and environment and agriculture, education, and human learning. We have a laboratory at ISEP, it's called the VISIT. There are 2 research groups and around 40 researchers. There are about 20 professors plus 20 PhD students. About student life. So at ISEP, we encourage our students to participate different student clubs to have different experiences except of the academic work. So you can see here we have different clubs. So we have more than student associations. You can see here we have a student association, for example, Junior ISEP. They work as an IT consultant company. They really work with different companies, and they have been ranked as one of the 30 best junior enterprise in France. And we have, for example, sport club like ISEP Sailing Club, and we are specialized in digital domains. So you can see here we have a robotic club air also. So since 1996, we participate. We participate in the French Robotic Cup. Okay. In the end, so we would like to highlight about the job placement, the career, about our ISEP graduates. So this is also based on survey of last year. You can see here regarding the job domain. So majority of our students, they have a job as an information system engineer, information industrial design engineer, or they work as an IT or IoT design engineer. And certain of our students, they dedicate in R&D domain, or they work as a project manager or commercial engineers in different sectors. Regarding sectors, you can see here, majority of our students, they work as ICT industry or computing and information system. Some of the students, they work in the finance and insurance sector, and followed by telecommunication, transport, energy, and health. So in the future, I imagine for the health sector, they will have a great increase. So you can see that our ISEP graduates, they are really active in different sectors of activities. And here we have listed a few successful examples as a reference for you. For example, the previous vice president of IBM France, he's graduated from our class in 1975. And we have students, for example, Dalia Leung. She's graduated from a class in 1998, and now she's working as business solution and ISI director at Louis Vuitton in North America. And as we highlighted in innovation and entrepreneurship, as you can see here, we have two students from class 2008 and 2009. They have created their own startup companies. So until today, we have more than 45 startup companies created by our students. And Airbus, so it's aerospace sector, or Thales military sector, or Google, or different sectors. So yes, so this picture will give you a general idea So our alumni are really active in different sectors. Okay, admission. So now we open 2 programs for international students. If you are a high school graduate, you can apply our 5-year program. Actually, it's a 2 years preparatory course plus 3 years engineering circle. So it's a 5-year program in total, and in the end, the student will receive an engineering master's degree. So if, let's say, you are high school graduates and you are specialized in scientific domain, you can apply for our CII program. Okay, we have both English speaking stream or French speaking stream. The second program, if you are a bachelor holder, you can apply for our ISEP Engineering Master Degree program. So it's a 2-year program, as I mentioned before. There will be 3 academic semesters plus 1 internship semester. And the final degree will be Engineering Master Degree, and it's Diplôme d'ingénieur in France, so it's highly reputed in France and in Europe. And for this program are fully taught in English, and we offer 3 majors. So as I mentioned before, embedded systems, software engineering, wireless telecommunication, and IoT. So these 3 majors are fully taught in English. And then, yes, you have to be sure that you have a bachelor degree specialized in related domain, for example, computer science, electronics engineering, telecommunication networks, or any related domain, okay? And if, let's say, you have any questions, please feel free to email us at international@isep.fr, okay? So this is a little highlight of my presentation, a little summary. And here I would just like to mention one more thing, because I have already mentioned all the except the last point, welcome package. So for international students, we provide free airport pickup service. We provide housing service. So if, let's say, you need to look for apartment in our student studios in Paris, so we have a housing service to help you. And we provide an information day to our international students, and sometimes we have international buffets for international students too. Okay, so thank you very much. And now I will stop sharing my screen, and we would like to invite one of our excellent students and our ISEP alumni, Edu Ajayi, and he will share with you about his experience at ISEP. And yes, please, Edu Ajayi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Edu Ajayi. I am a graduate of ISEP Engineering Master's Degree Program. I completed my program in 2019, the 2-year program, as we rightly know, from 2017 to 2019. My mission was wireless telecommunications and Internet of Things. I'm from Nigeria. At the end of my 2-year program, I graduated as the Major de Promotion, that's French. In English, it's the valedictorian, or the best graduating student in the school. You can see me at the graduation ceremony giving graduation speech. That's the picture on the slide. So in a few minutes, I would tell you about my experience at ISEP, how the program was for me, and after studies, what I'm doing at the moment. So my program at ISEP, I would describe as very practical and industry-oriented. What I mean is we had professors from both the industry and the academia, professors with 15, 20 years work experience. So we're able to see things from the perspective of the industry, the state of the art in the industry, and also research. So if your choice is to go to the industry afterwards, these programs are for you. And if you want to continue in research like I am right now, these programs are also for you. The environment at ISEP is truly international. I had colleagues obviously from France, from Turkey, from Cote d'Ivoire, from Colombia, just to mention some of the countries. So I was able to study with friends from different parts of the world and also appreciate the cultures outside my zone. Before the program, I had only been to Europe once. So this was an opportunity for me to also understand and appreciate other people's cultures. In as much as my program was in English, ISEP organized an intensive French program for us, a very top French school in Paris. Though I was learning engineering in English, but I was still able to learn French along the way. Before my master's program, I didn't know more than basic level of French. I had just a very basic level of French. But in 3 semesters, I had grown up onto B1 level of French. And it is very important if you're in France to be able to speak the language. ISEP makes that possible for you. As we've also heard, there's a lot of partnership with companies. So during the IEMDP program, we had from seminars from time to time, companies come around and tell us the things that are happening in the industry. If you're a student, you would attend the seminars, you would make professional, you would exchange contacts. These contacts will prove useful in terms of internship, in terms of getting a job afterwards. And also my experience, my job experience. So in my final semester, from an email, based on an email from ISEP, I applied to a private telecoms company in Paris, and I went for the interviews. I got the job. But ISEP had prepared me so well because during the program at ISEP, you would have projects, you would have laboratories, you would have group assignments, and obviously examinations. So there is no way you can follow through this program and not be very well grounded. So I had done a lot of cybersecurity and advanced routing and switching in the lab. So when I got to my internship, it was a piece of cake for me. The company was so impressed that before the end of my internship, they already offered me a CDE position. A CDE in France is a full-time job position. But then again, I said earlier that I was the best graduating student in my for the year. So I also had the opportunity to do my PhD at ISEP. So I chose the PhD over the CDE, just my personal preference. You could choose differently. So I chose to continue my PhD, and today I'm a second year doctoral student at ISEP, working on security in wireless telecommunications. Based on the partnership that ISEP has with the industry, my PhD is sponsored by ISEP and INFR, Agence Nationale de Fréquence. And it's been a wonderful experience. From 2017 to now, my 4 years at ISEP has been wonderful, and ISEP is a school that I would definitely recommend to anyone that wants to come learn engineering in a very international environment, and also one interested in having a balanced learning of you learning engineering, the language, and the culture. So ISEP makes the immersion in France very easy. And thank you.
Ajayi. So now, today we have invited our Director of International Relations, Mr. Tomaya. So anyone, if you have any questions about our programs, about the life in ISEP, so you can ask now, okay?
Yes, hi everyone. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm here to answer all your questions. I already answered some of your questions through the Q&A directly. So I think it's public. Did you confirm, Star? This is public?
So you have just answered the person directly. So what I'll do is, for everybody else's benefit, I will ask them and you can respond. Is that okay, Thomas?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. So the first question, do you have any internship programs?
Yes, so my answer was quite simple. The IEMDP program includes directly a 6-month duration internship. So however, you have to study and attend a class during 3 semesters first, and then you can apply for different internship proposals that we receive from our partners, so industry partners mainly. Otherwise, you can also go for a research lab project. So depending what you're looking for, if you would like to continue with a PhD like Edu, for example, maybe the best choice is to look for an internship in the labs. Otherwise, so there is different paths which lead to the same goal, let's say.
Great. Awesome. So we have 2 more as well, questions that I don't think you've managed to answer yet. The first question being, would you recommend studying a program in French or in English?
So I would say ISEP first is quite an international school because we send our students abroad each year. Many of them go to study abroad during at least 1 semester. So as my colleague mentioned, we are one of the top engineering schools which send the most students abroad. So because we send a lot of students abroad, we also welcome a lot of students here at ISEP. And so we have to deliver lectures in English. So most of our lectures are in English, even if there are some courses mainly in undergraduate level which are still taught in French. But if you have a bachelor degree, so you should join in the English program.
Awesome, thank you. And actually, this question is for Edu. How did you find accommodation when you arrived in Paris? Oh, I think you're on mute.
Okay, so for my accommodation, I had multiple offers. ISEP offered me an accommodation, and Campus France also offered me another accommodation. So I was able to choose between that of ISEP and Campus France. Both were very affordable, I must say. So it's not a problem.
I could add, thanks, Edu. So ISEP has an housing office which could assist students to find a suitable accommodations. It will depend, of course, in many criteria. So your budget, of course, but also the locations. If you would like to be in downtown Paris, of course, it's much more expensive. Otherwise, accommodation here start from about 400 euros if you are staying at what we call here student residence, like the Cruise of Paris. Otherwise, it could be in some foundations located in Cité Université, like India House. So otherwise, private landlord is also possible. So there are many possibilities. So our housing office could assist you for this, for finding a suitable accommodations.
Great. And I have another question. Could I develop research projects by studying at ISEP?
So in the IEMDP program, as you know, they have different subjects, and one of the subjects is related to research project. Most of the time, the projects are given by our associate professors or professors. But if a student have an idea about a research subject, he could propose it to the study department, and we can include this research project in the list of projects. And of course, he can select this project and work with some maybe classmates, because most of the time the research project, it's a team project. So at this level, okay, so it's possible.
Okay, awesome. And another question for Idowu. What was the most difficult thing about being an international student, and what makes ISEP different from other educational institutions in France?
Okay, for me, I wouldn't say difficult because I was very excited about the whole opportunity. But what makes ISEP different? What makes ISEP different for me is the fact that it's beyond just engineering. Like I said, yes, you're learning the engineering and English and all like that, but you're also being immersed in the French culture. For I wanted to stay back after my program, so ISEP made that possible for me because you're obviously meeting, you're making professional contacts, you're attending these seminars, you're meeting people from the industry, you're exchanging contacts. I have some email exchanges now with people I met while doing my master's program at ISEP. And so this, and also, like I said, you also get to learn the language. So if the idea is to fully install yourself in France, ISEP makes that very possible for you.
Awesome. And we have two more questions, and then we'll finish up the webinar. What extracurricular activities does ISEP offer?
As my colleague Hong presented previously, so there are many extracurricular activities thanks to our student associations, more than 30 student associations. If you like, let's say to join a sport association, so you could practice football, rugby. So you just join some student association. If you have a good idea about a sport or a thing you would like to do, you can also create your own associations, and so it could be part, and you could find some financial help from the schools for that. So there are still some financial supports to create your own associations, and then you can begin your own associations and do what you would like. But the most common one, it's music associations, cooking associations, one association dedicated to welcoming all the international students named ISEPA. Otherwise, you have also the junior ISEP, which is not really an association, it's, because it's also a company who get some money and they can pay also some students to realize some project with our industry partners. So many associations, different possibilities, including movie associations, theater associations. So it's quite open. If you have a good idea of associations, so please feel free to apply, and then you could get some financial support to begin your associations.
Great, thank you. Now, this one is one of two questions, so I'll start with the first. And this is very relevant actually for today. Are there any regulations at the moment to travel or study in France due to COVID-19? And will programs be online only or hybrid?
Yeah, so this is a really good questions, because you know, the pandemic situations change each day, and the regulations in the country, the border sometimes is open, sometimes it's closed. Curfew are now set up in France. So I would say in 6 months we don't know, but right now what I can say, it's international students are still welcome, even if a border is closed for tourism, for example. Okay. So according to the Ministry of Immigrations, so all international students with a negative test within 72 hours are still welcome to France right now. So they need, of course, some documentations stating that they are coming for studying in at ISEP, for example, that they have a place to stay. So when they arrive in France, of course, they have to be in quarantine for 7 days first, and then they have to take a PCR test, which is free because they can take it in a lot of places. And actually, the quarantine, it's we trust in people. So there is no strict quarantine. We count on you to stay at home, to follow the sanitary so procedure, and then that's it. So all international students are welcome. So this is a good news. This is an effort that France has made compared to the other country. So we hope that you can join in September too, and the vaccine will change things for all of the countries in the world.
And how about the courses at the moment? Are they online only? Are they a mixture of both, in person or not at all?
Yes, so during the first semester of the academic year 2020-2021, we set up so by distance learning. So which means the students who can come to France, and so they can attend classes with the professors. And in the meantime, the professors also deliver lectures online for the students who cannot join. And it's similar right now. So for students who could not join and attend classes on site, they attended the classes online. And the examination, which is also important to mention, could be taken online. So we have different tools and applications which allow students to be assessed online directly.
Awesome. And I think one of the last, I think, important questions
Yes.
are, would I be able to work while studying at ISEP? Do you offer any career advice post and during studies?
Yes, first, so during your study, you have to know that the students will be assessed in finding internship, okay? As I mentioned before, there is a 6 months internship included in the program. So for that, we have a dedicated platform which contains a lot of offers sent mainly by our partners, company industry partners. So more than 7,000 each year. So looking for internship is like looking for a job. I mean, you are prepared, of course, as you need to send a resume, a SOP, be selected and go for the interview, and then you get the intern positions. We organize also some online fairs, okay, which help students to get a job. And of course, after getting a job, the students could change their visa, the student visa, to what we call here worker visa. Otherwise, they can also apply for what we call a provisional resident permit. And then they can stay, as long as they're working, they can stay forever in France. And of course, after that, if they would like to change the nationalities, there is also a procedure. This is possible. So for all students who get a master's degree, they have the possibility to stay in France for looking a job during at least 1 year. And if they find a job, then they can stay almost forever.
Okay, great. And do you have any contact information that we can add to the chat?
Yeah, so maybe Hong, do you have a slide, or maybe you can type directly in the chat the different information related to how to join us? So the first one, I think it's international at isep.fr,
Exactly.
which is mentioned in one of the slides. So my colleague will just type in the chat room. Otherwise, ISEP email is quite easy. So if you can see our name, first name and last name, so first name dot last name at isep.fr. Okay. So I can type it in the chat room, maybe, if it is possible.
Yes, type in the chat and we can have that up. If you have the slide up as well, that would be great.
Okay. So,
Students, yes, if you have any question regarding our programs, you can send an email to our email box, international@isep.fr. Okay, and feel free to consult our website. We have www.isep.fr, and then you have different language. You can choose French or English, and you can see our English website for these two programs. Okay.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for a brilliant webinar. It's been very informational. Thank you for asking all your questions. They have been really, really great. Any last words before we end?
yeah, of course. So we hope that this presentation will give you a good idea about what we're doing here at ISEP. And of course, France, it's a so beautiful country. Even now, even if we are closed, so we are still eager to welcome you in France and at ISEP, because there are many, many things to discover. And of course, the French culture is rich, the food is good, and people, whatever, are nice, you know.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you so much for today. And if anyone does have any questions, the email is currently on the screen at the bottom, international@isep.fr. So feel free to ask any questions. Thank you all for today, and do check out viva-mundo.com, and we will be able to sign you up to our newsletters. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.